Hey guys, this is Anthony Monday helping you ace your fitness, and today we're going to be talking about muscle memory. I'm sure if you've had to take significant time off from the gym, you notice you lost your size pretty quickly. But I'm also sure you've noticed once you start training again, you're able to regain that size. And I'm sure you were told that it was due to muscle memory. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what muscle memory is, how it applies to hypertrophy, and what you can take away from all this information. It's first important to note that the muscle memory we're going to be talking about today is different than the muscle memory that allows you to ride a bike without doing so for years, or to shoot a basketball without doing so for years. That can be attributed to changes in your central nervous system where movement patterns, or any movement really, is burned into your memory. The one we're going to be talking about today that allows you to regain your previous muscle size happens at a DNA level. When we begin training, we activate and we alter the genes involved in skeletal muscle growth that allows hypertrophy, such as proliferation, inflammation, catabolism, or anabolism. A study done by Seaborn and colleagues in 2018 looked at how muscle memory affects hypertrophy. This study was the first of its kind, essentially testing if our muscles had the ability to remember prior muscle size. They tested the epigenetic effects of training, which is the study of genome modifications, and particularly gene methylation. Gene methylation controls gene expression. A decrease in methylation results in an increase in gene expression, and vice versa. And guys, I know that sounds confusing. It definitely was to me at first, and don't worry, I'm going to bring this full circle. The study took 7 healthy individuals and put them through 3 different phases across 21 weeks. Phase 1 was the resistance training phase for 7 weeks, which involved 2 lower body training days and 1 upper body training day. Phase 2 was the detraining phase where the subjects were completely taken out of the gym, meaning they did not train any muscle at all for 7 weeks. Phase 3 was the retraining phase where the subjects resumed their initial resistance training program for 7 weeks. The effect of this research was assessed by testing the subject's strength, lean leg mass, and changes in gene methylation and gene expression throughout all 3 phases. Strength was assessed by looking at their knee extension torque. Their lean leg mass was assessed by a DEXA scan, which is basically a huge x-ray machine that assesses body composition. And lastly, their gene methylation and gene expression was assessed by looking at a muscle biopsy from the quadriceps. As you can see here, strength and lean leg mass greatly increased following the initial training phase and decreased during the detraining phase, which both are to be expected. However, during the retraining phase where the subjects resumed their training routines, their strength and lean leg mass not only returned to where they left off after making their initial progress, but they exceeded their baseline, or maximal muscle strength and size, following the initial training protocol. The most amazing result of this research was seen when assessing the methylation patterns. They found that during the initial training phase, gene methylation decreased, and that it remained unchanged during the detraining phase, meaning that the genes that regulate skeletal muscle growth become active when we first start training and remain active even after 7 weeks if we take a break from the gym. Even more surprisingly, during the retraining phase, the number of methylation sites doubled. Seaborn and colleagues broke this down very practically, stating that this maintenance of hypomethylation or decreased methylation during unloading suggested that the muscles remembered the epigenetic modifications that occurred after an earlier period of load-induced muscle hypertrophy. This information allows us to understand how muscle memory can help us regain size even after a long layoff from the gym. So I know what you're thinking, this is great information, but how can it benefit me? Well, I think there's a few conclusions we can make from this information. Number 1 would be muscle memory is in fact real, and it happens at a cellular level. Our DNA has the potential to remember our prior muscle size even if we take a long break from the gym. So number 2 would be these changes in our genes that regulate skeletal muscle growth last for at least 7 weeks. It really could be more. We just don't have the scientific research to prove that right now. But you're guaranteed of 7 weeks of non-training and be able to regain your prior muscle size. With that being said, number 3 is if you need a break from the gym, take it. There's not going to be any huge consequences. You'll be able to return to your prior form pretty quickly. Number 4 is if you have a bad workout or even a string of bad workouts for weeks, there's really no reason to sweat it. Number 5, and to kind of wrap it all up here, if you lose significant muscle size during a training layoff, all you have to do is restart your training program and you will look exactly the same as when you started. So there's really no need to get down on yourself. It just takes time. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something. I plan on making weekly videos, so if there's any topic you'd like me to cover, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'd be happy to do so. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.